The secret to beautiful blooms next spring is planting seeds indoors this summer. And today I'll show you exactly which ones I'm planting and give you all the tips you need to be successful. I'm Angela from Growing in the Garden. My garden's in Mesa, Arizona. I want to help you succeed, even if you're gardening in tough conditions. You might think it's a little early to worry about next spring in the middle of summer, but it's actually the perfect time, and here's why. We're talking about hardy annuals. This is a group of plants who do best when they get planted and their roots get established during the cooler months. They can survive cold temperatures. So you plant them indoors in the summer, plant them outside in the fall. They grow through the colder months and begin blooming as temperatures warm in the spring. Hardy annuals planted during cooler weather have time to develop a strong root system. That means they're going to have longer stems and they'll be healthier plants, better able to withstand pests and tough conditions. You have so many choices in colors and types of flowers when you start from seeds. And these are seedlings that nurseries often don't carry. Or if they do, they're in the spring and it's too late to get them established and growing well. It also allows hot summer gardeners like me to grow flowers that we never thought we could. And finally, the early spring blooms mean that your garden has earlier sources of nectar and pollen, so you can start creating habitat and food sources for beneficial insects that will help your garden all season long. I'll tell you my favorites in just a minute, but first, let me give you the key points to remember when you're starting these from seed. Outside temperatures are too hot to start these seeds outside, so you'll need to bring them inside. Pay attention to the germination temperatures. They're usually around 65 or 70 degrees. Variety selection is crucial if you want them to bloom the first year. Some of these plants are annuals, but others are biennials or perennials that grow easily in cooler climates. We can treat them like cool season annuals and grow them if we pick the right ones. When starting seeds indoors, you'll need special supplies like a grow light. A bright window is not enough. For specifics about how to start seeds indoors and which supplies you'll need, check out my other video or blog post. The key is to make sure they get enough light and moisture. Use the temperature guidelines to make sure they survive your winter's coldest temperatures. Then you'll know if you can plant them in the fall. If fall planting is an option for you, plant 6 to 8 weeks before your first fall frost. If you don't know what that is, Google it and enter in your zip code. My first fall frost date is December 2nd. Some crops have a larger planting window and can be planted through early spring. But remember, you'll have stronger roots and longer stems with the earlier plantings. Most of these crops need light to germinate. Don't bury the seeds. Check the seed packet, it will tell you. If it does need light, put the seed on top of the soil and cover lightly with vermiculite. Then, spray the vermiculite and use a humidity dome to trap the moisture and put it under grow lights inside. Once the seedlings sprout, remove the humidity dome and plant outside when they're 3 to 5 inches tall. I start seeds for most of these crops in late July or August and plant them around October. For exact dates, check out all my planting resources. When you're ready to plant, choose an area with good soil that's well draining. And once you plant, keep the seedlings watered until they get established. As it cools, their water needs will go way down and they'll grow slowly. Mulch the area to keep it weed-free and protect the soil. As temperatures begin to warm up in the spring, they will take off. Here are my top choices for hardy annuals to start indoors this summer that will give you beautiful blooms next spring. Snapdragon, Scabiosa, Foxglove, Yarrow, Statice, Shasta Daisy, Campanula or Canterbury Bells, Verbena, Rudbeckia or Black-Eyed Susan, Strawflower, and Feverfew. So if it's too hot to garden outside this summer, start these seeds indoors and dream of all the beautiful flowers next spring. If you want to learn more about growing these types of flowers, this is an excellent book full of great information.